Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3 with Mo and her Honor Mode adventures, which I should not be playing today. I had about 2 hours sleep last night. I am barely keeping it together, but we've got nothing terribly strenuous planned today, so maybe we'll be fine. Shadowheart's been respec'd again. Old Shaddy is now mostly a druid, but with a couple of levels of Tempest Cleric for the Destructive Wrath ability when she throws out lightning bolts and whatnot. She's kind of a weird mishmash of lightning damage, cold abilities, radiant stuff. She's a bit all over the place, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I also popped back to Act 1 and tried to find some of the gear that I may have sold, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I don't know what's happened to like the Morning Frost staff, for example, but it definitely seems to have gone. So there's an eye over there. Maybe it's coming this way. Maybe it's not.
You were adored, Minthara. Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
She cherished you, but it wasn't enough. You were distracted by your own desires.
Bloodlust, murder, chaos.
And most damning of all, an inability to follow orders.
I obeyed to the best of my ability!
And isn't that depressing?
You are nothing.
The drow reaches out to you psychically, connecting with you for a moment. She is infected like you, and her mind is disintegrating.
Come to observe, true soul. She is a lesson. None can rise so high that they cannot fall again.
I hope her punishment won't be too severe. She tried her best.
We are erasing her.
We've got a good roll on intimidation here. Stand aside. I'm taking charge here. We've got Eagle's Splendor as an option from old Shaddy, but we've also got guidance. It's not a great roll, but we've got big bonuses.
Yes, your authority is great. We can learn, watching you break what little remains of her mind.
Let's reach out for a mind, see what happens.
Immediately, your mind is swept into a greater vortex. A psionic storm with Minthara at its center.
Hide. Submit. Embrace.
Her torturers are not dominating her. They are destroying her mental defenses and exposing her to something else. The Absolute.
Let's try and push past that towards Minty. This could be tricky. Owl's Wisdom. It's a concentration. It's a level 4 spell slot. It's a level 2 spell apparently, but a level 4 spell slot. That might be enough. Yeah, she stood up. Guidance might have worn off, or it might just not be available. I'm not sure. That's not going to cut it. We've got another inspiration. Let's give it another go. Okay, we failed.
The presence pushes back against your intrusion, expanding to occupy every inch of Minthara's mind, until you are forced out.
Weak. You shouldn't have interfered with our work.
The drow's mind is resilient even now. Do not be ashamed that you could not break it.
None of you will break me!
Wrong!
Okay, we tried the Cecil way. Now we smash face. Let's see how this works out for us. We know how this works. We know how to smash face successfully. We can reach that one. Blam! Get boomed. And sneaked. Stabbed and beat. Yes. That went well. Who's up next? It is Shadi. She's got a crossbow, but she probably doesn't use a crossbow very often. Can we just drop a lightning bolt in there? God damn, that's damage. We like this. And then Mo. Big smacks. Oof.
I expected to be greeted as a hero, but the wretches imprisoned me and tried to tear my mind apart. I didn't think anyone would come for me.
We need to get out of here, Minty.
Agreed.
Let's go.
Lead the way.
We'll get questioned on the way out. No doubt.
Minthara is supposed to be in a cell. You have some explaining to do.
What are you going to do to stop me? She's been released, and that frees up a cell for people like you who challenge their betters. Although, we did take persuasion bonuses. Intimidation feels more appropriate, but we're on honor mode. It's not time to be appropriate when we could be polite. I think she serves rather well as my personal servant, don't you? Gee, that roll. It's probably enough with all those
God is
pluses.
happy to let you pass. Minthara is rather less happy about your choice of words.
Oh, hush you.
I would have preferred to bleed them.
There's a time and a place for bleeding people. I'm not sure she can actually be used in combat at this point, so she's got no gear on her for a start.
Enjoy the view.
So we're just going to deliver her to safety. And then we'll come back and start smashing absolute minion face.
Don't waste a step.
I last left Moonrise as a commander in the Absolute's army, obeying the voice of a god. I thought I had found a home and a purpose.
Now I leave as an exile. But you risked your life to rescue me. For that, I am grateful.
The artifact connects with her, pulling your minds together and showing her all that you have seen. The
Convenient
prison,
artifact.
Your dream visitor, the protection that keeps you from obeying the Absolute and becoming a Lithid. She knows it all in a moment. Her mind reels, but is no longer clouded. She accepts the truth. She has no choice.
There is much we must discuss. Do you have a safe place to camp nearby?
Yeah, we do. It's just over there.
Goodbye for now. I will see you soon.
Wonderful. She is getting a bit shadow cursed, but I think she's going to pop into things soon enough. Non-existent. Or is she just going to keep jogging? Yeah, she's going to die if she's not careful. So let's just pop back to camp. And that should bring her home safely. Just see if Shadi's got anything new to say.
The shadow curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least. This must mean she is protecting me. She favors me. And you don't even know what I mean, do you? Time to come clean, I suppose. I worship Shah, the Dark Lady, Mistress of the Night. Though, honestly, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out by yourself already. And this must mean I have her blessing. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath. She loves me. She must do.
I'm astonished we got this far in the story without learning about this from Shadi. But then she's not been in the team, so I'm not actually astonished at all. So what does all this mean?
Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me. Those signs we found about Dark Justiciars, perhaps they were no coincidence. In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
So we've finally learned her secret. In Act 2. Oh yeah, let's keep talking to it.
Something the matter?
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
Why would she subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Is there anything I can do to help with it?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Well, that sounds a bit like mumbo jumbo to me, but if that's what she believes, we'll leave it there for now. Are we able to get to know you more at this stage?
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself, besides Shah, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Yeah, you'll have to point out some night orchids to me if we ever pass them.
It's a deal.
So we've learned a bit, and there are nice orchids somewhere out here in this act, so maybe we'll find them. I think that might be one of the things that can help push you towards the path of sparing the night song.
It does not compare with the comforts of home, but your camp is almost palatial in comparison to my previous accommodation. Thank you for allowing me to come here, and for bringing me back to myself. Each memory that returns to me is more disturbing than the last. The things that I did in the name of the Absolute. The things that were done to me. They broke my mind.
Someone in this cult might have broken mine too. We're going to break them back.
Precisely. While our tadpoles live, and the cult have the means to control them, we will never be safe. We must eradicate them. Starting with General Thorm. I mean Ketheric. My deference to him is a habit that will die hard, I fear.
You'll join me in this battle then?
Not only this battle, but all that come after. Swear that you will keep me close. Until the Absolute is dead, at least.
Of course, you'll be a valuable ally.
Thank you. I knew you were different to other true souls when we met, but I could see nothing clearly. Now, thanks to the prism, the Absolute does not cloud my thoughts at all. I see that together, we can have our vengeance on those who infected us. Rest well, and keep your wits about you. Tomorrow, we go to war with the cult of the Absolute.
Yeah, that's right. We'll venture forth come morning.
I do not sleep unless I wish to. Until I feel safe among this company, I shall spend my nights planning for the fights to come.
I'll be back.
Good travels. I'll be waiting.
Cool. So we've got a spare character in case we need her down the line. One more double check of the chest just to make sure I'm not missing anything, and I'm not missing anything on any of the other characters. Yeah, no one's holding on to stuff. Where's Minty showing us 0 out of 11 HP? I guess because she lost more than 11 HP out in the Shadow Curse. Should we level her up just to make sure that she doesn't drop dead? I haven't got any plans for her. And we've already got a paladin. Astarion's probably still like level 1 or 2. Yeah, he's got 19 HP, so he's probably level 2. I feel like we should level her up just to stop her from dying. Yeah, it definitely says she's dead. The screen's all shadowed like she's dead as well. Let's see if we can't give her some armor before we do anything. Maybe I'll just make her a barbarian or something. Ah, she can't equip anything. Possibly because she is expired. Oh no, we're a barbarian, aren't we?
At your command.
We've got barbarian, we've got sorcerer. We haven't really got a warlock on the go. Have we got anyone who might want... Maybe she wants to go full cleric and then she can like do some camp casting for us. Okay, even when leveled up she's still dead. We could get old Withers to bring her back, no doubt. Can we pickpocket Withers without Arabella getting upset?
Don't mind if I do.
We need a natural 20 to do it. If we're using Mo, which means I should have probably brought Karlach over. Okay, it's not giving me the option to resurrect. But we could probably use a scroll. Target must be dead. Target is dead. She's showing up as dead. Maybe she needs a night's rest, and then she'll stop being dead. So, Gale's back on the team. We are ready to roll once more. Shouldn't be too much of a bother to clear out the guards down here at the back of Moonrise. There's only a few of them. And this one's coming right over now. That's very convenient of them.
Best get in.
Wapow!
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
No, you're headed for a grave. So I guess you weren't surprised by that. Okay. We could push you into a chasm. You've probably got no loot that we might require. We're just after the XP more than anything. But you are kind of heavy. And we don't have our bonus action for some reason. So be it. Shouldn't have gone for a sneak attack. Should just straight up attacks, but maybe that wouldn't make a difference. Either way, Karlach can sneak attack. And do big damage. Big booms. And then step aside so that someone else can come in. Oh, actually, let's go back to Mo. Let's do a dash and get our 12 HP. What if we do try a shove? Oh no, we've just literally used a dash. Pay no heed. I'm an idiot. Oh, it seems like this fight has attracted the attention of everyone out here, but they're all miles away, so it's probably fine. This one doesn't get to act until after Gale, so that's great. We should probably have Sacred Flame on our bar. Did we get Sacred Flame? Yeah. Yeah, that should definitely be on our hotbar somewhere. We'll pop it there. Because you've only got 35 HP left, although that's still a fair amount. Let's use Guided Bolt. Nice, we've put you on your ass. Bit of dashing, perhaps. No, no. A Guardian of Faith over there. That's okay. We don't mind that. Running out of spell slots. Eldritch Blast is up to 20 damage. So is Firebolt. And then a crossbow shot. That's a good chance of hitting. Left on 1 HP. Of course you are. So now you're going to smash someone for like 40 damage. Or are you? Psionic Backlash saves the day, and now we cut to this guy who's dashing from miles away. And back to the crew. So these two are probably going to come over at the same sort of time. So maybe we let them? Yeah, this one is now probably within range of Gale's attacks. Just about. Nice damage. We love it. That one can't do much with their turn. Little stumpy leg dwarf. But they are going to try and look around for Invisible Mo. At least I think that's why these turns are delaying for so long. Or maybe it's just that the Guardian of Faith is just being an idiot. So Mo, you can get in there and smash that one. Great. We could probably have raged. Karlach's not close enough, is she? I should have moved her in a bit. Oh well. At least you can ranged attack people. And it's a sneak attack for the crit. And then she got the job done. But it's recovered and we can't use the bees now because it's recovered after her shot. So that's unfortunate. But Shadi could get the job done. They're probably going to survive. Oh, 65%. I'll take it. Okay, they survived. Dang it. Now they get to... Hunger of Hela is the worst. We don't want that, so we'll backlash once again. And old Stumpy can try and come in. We can't quite get close enough. Dang. Okay. And then we got some pleb as well. It's just a human. So, what do? We smash this guy. Yes. We could shove him this way. But we failed. Okay. It wasn't a major part of the plan. Karlach again can't reach, so she's all about the ranged attacks. Pisk. Nice. And then let's go for Gale next. 43. But yeah, he's frightened, so... Is it a concentration check? I don't think so, it just says abjured. Abjure enemy, so I don't know what type of ability that is, but it doesn't look like it's concentration. So what do we do, Shadi? Do we just give the bugger a radiant orb if we can? Yeah, we put it on his ass. We gave him an orb. He is now much less useful this turn. And we'll give you the backlash this time. And suddenly it's our turn again. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Did I even do that? I clicked on Karlach. So why did Mo suddenly move away? Because I clicked once. I'm now controlling Karlach. So why did Mo bugger off? Yeah, well, at least we've got this guy almost down. 58%. That's a weird chance to succeed. Gale. Can you ping with your crossbow? It's 9%. I feel like your odds are pretty crap. What if we use Mo? Good. And then she has the reach still. To reach that lad. Bless is broken, great. Now can you move, Gale? You can. Wonderful. It's a bit more XP. And a bit more loot. Oh, I forgot to go back and steal all our money off Withers. It's only 300 gold. We've got ample gold. So it's probably unimportant. Do we want to rest? Ooh, a Zentrum shipping crate. What's that doing here?
A wave of sick familiarity radiates from one barrel amidst the cargo. Tadpoles. Sleeping and scarcely aware, but echoing yours 100-fold.
Look at all those tads. Enough to make an army of absolutists.
That seal looks familiar.
The winged serpent of the Zentrum. It seems their pursuit of profit extends even here.
Odds are slim, but we can reach out. Tadpole to tadpole. I don't know what sort of roll we need here, because I've never experienced this little conversation before. That won't do it, though.
A mental churning as your interference stokes the tadpoles into a boiling frenzy. The connection snaps.
Have we rendered them inert?
The tadpole squirms and feels a
No,
legion
it seems
of
that
echoes.
we can have another go.
response.
We got -3 intelligence on Karlach, though. Yep. That won't do it.
In response.
13. Not enough. I feel like if any of these are successful, they're going to allow us to absorb the power of these tadpoles, maybe?
Tadpole response.
But no, not with those rolls. So I guess these tadpoles are headed for the city in the boat that you can encounter in Act 3. But we can move the barrel. So if we can't get any benefit from it, because we're all too stupid. I'm surprised it wasn't wisdom checks instead of intelligence, but there you go. Can we throw it in the chasm? No, that's a shame. I guess wherever we move it to, it's not really going to make a difference. They're going to come out and find it anyway. Let's make them work for it. We'll leave it down there. Is there anything else up here that they're shipping? There's a metal trunk. Ooh, arrows. Let's hold on to those so that we can never use them. It doesn't look as though there's much else out here. Although, having said that, I've spied a heavy chest. Cool. Never really come around this side. There's a Zent crate there.
With corpses. Build my castle with bones.
Scroll of invisibility. There's a little cat hole. We're not a cat though, so we won't be taking that. So next on the agenda should be going in and dealing with the ground floor of the prison, but there is something else I might like to do first, just because it'll get a ring that might come in handy for old Shari. Although she's got a couple of good rings, so we'll see. We'll get the ring anyway, because it could come in handy. We'll venture back out into the depths, and we'll look around some of this lower section. Now, where exactly am I going? It's a question I ask myself frequently in this game. Probably east of Shadow Battlefield. Yeah, let's split the group. Just want Mo for this, I think. And perhaps let's turn off the light on Lathander's mace so that it's not giving away our position if we're crouched.
It was no fun. All I wanted was to play. Boo! I scared you. I saw it. Nobody beats me at hide and seek.
Gosh.
Will you play with me?
Oh, it's most spookumed. Maybe I'll play with you in a moment. Have you seen another little boy named Nathaniel?
I don't know anyone called that. Don't ask me again. Now play with me.
Okie doke.
All right. I'll hide, and you seek. Find me, and you win.
Alright, let's begin.
Get ready, and no cheating.
As if I would cheat. Wouldn't even know how to cheat. Shoop boop boop boo.
You weren't supposed to find me. You weren't supposed to win.
Well, you suck. Let's play again.
Good idea. You're smarter than some playmates I've had. They always tried to leave before I was done with them. Try to find me again, but my family will be looking for you at the same time, so don't get caught.
And this is why we bought just Mo, because there's fewer of us to get caught. Let's sneak on in here and see what happens. We can also cunningly dash while still sneaking. Are you around, Oliver? I think he pops up over here. These guys can just chill. And now the family are going to move around and look for us. Oliver? Are you about? Milado? Oh, there you are. Hello. Oh, now he's off over there. Okay. That's where I was expecting him to be. So, do I need to just stand up and then talk to him?
Carefully now. You're good at this. Are you sure you didn't cheat? But I can't let you think me a bad sport. Here's your prize. You'll need it.
Thanks, pal. The Ring of Shadows. That's not what we're looking for. But we'll take it. And now Oliver's going to continue to just do his thing. The rest of the crew can make their way up now that the family's disappeared. And Karlach can hopefully crack this chest open. And in it we find the Ring of Mental Inhibition. Whenever a foe fails a saving throw against one of your spells or actions, they gain mental fatigue for 2 turns, which further reduces a lot of their saving throws and can give them psychic damage. So that could well be more useful than, say, the Coruscation Ring. It's kind of useful because it inflicts radiating orbs on people, but the Luminous Armor already does that. So we'll pop that on, perhaps. And we'll give her the Amulet of Misty Step because it's apparently in her inventory, so I guess I was planning on giving her that at some point. She's got the Defender Flail as her weapon, just to boost her AC a bit. And that was fun times with Oliver. Now maybe we'll go back to the tower. Or maybe we'll rest first, then go back to the tower. Yeah, we're going to need some spell slots in there, so it's night time.
Thoughts are back on the twisted Scaleritas and his honeyed words of violence.
You called for me, milady?
I was just lying here wishing you wouldn't come back.
Oh, my nauseating lady. Such rudeness is unbecoming of your august station. I come here, for I wish to bring you another powerful tithe. But I cannot grant you this prize quite yet. You must do something divinely unspeakable thirst.
I'm not doing a thing you say. This isn't who I am.
You have been a prodigal young master, but you have not been disinherited yet. You can rule with such ease if you follow your call. You will receive a royal prize for killing this pretty girl. Isabel, the cleric with the sweetest face of them all. She is too precious to live.
I won't let myself touch another innocent.
Oh, Master, consider the tiny mishap with the bard you had the last time we met. Your unconscious clever mind hungers for extreme violence. Who knows who you might kill next if you do not satisfy your urge. Be true to yourself, my lady.
What a wretched little man. And that's an inspiration for Karlach, just for having a kip out here. We like this. No, are you still alive, Minty, or are you dead? Okay, looks like she's alive again. This is good. Let's bring her in the team momentarily. And with her in the team,
I hope this is important.
let's just cast the highest level of aid that we can at the moment. Bam! Extra HP for everyone. We love it. Now let's cast it on Karlach as well. And now Minty can get back on the sidelines. On the road again. Although, let's just teleport. That makes more sense. There's a hidden treasure showing up on our minimap. Is that because of that Harper thing that we found that was telling us about hidden treasures hanging about? There's a cracked wall. It's a good sign. Oh, let's put our light back on. Cool. Treasure. Nothing spectacular, but it's better than a kick in the teeth. Now, how are we going to tackle the downstairs here? There goes the eyeball. So now is probably a good time to start smacking people about. Sneak attack.
You're being arrested for assault.
Yeah.
Judging by the look on this guard's face.
Blam. Oh, the others haven't got into the fight. I kind of thought everyone would. But that's okay. We can live with this. Wonderful. We got a key and everything. Okay, here comes the eyeball. Is it going to notice that there's been a murder? And raise the alarm. It does look as though it's gone over there to see what's happening. Yeah, it's definitely looking around, but we're in here, so it obviously wasn't us. Ignore the other murder that's occurred in here. Although is now a good time to deal with the eye. Because it is a little shit. But the trouble with it is all of its resistances and its reduced damage. It's generally the worst. Maybe it's a good idea to pop upstairs before we really tackle this place. Because there is one more bit of loot that's within easy reach. So we may as well get it now. Before anything too exciting occurs.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples Realm?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul.
Hey.
The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No. Better yet. Show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. Tongues of psychic flame lap at the memory of the goblins dying by your hand.
I see you like to handle underlings physically. So do I.
A waste of my time. I didn't come here to clean up other people's mistakes.
Your confidence is delicious. I can see why the Absolute might be hungry to dig deeper into that mind of yours. I certainly am.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palette. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
Well, we have options, and we've actually got some good bonuses on the persuasion ones. Seems like the best bet is going to be... I mean, it's interesting. We've got, like, a bonus on the deception check there, but on the road deception check we don't have a bonus. Is that just because it's an automatic success? I'm not sure. Either way, let's tell her how horny we are for Karlach. Pretty horny.
You have quite the imagination, but that's all it can ever be with you two. Imagination. The Absolute offers the real. With the Absolute, your fantasies can become more real than flesh. The pleasures of the mind can surpass those of the body. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
Show me the power she gave you.
Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought.
That's one enemy down.
But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
I live to serve. What do I need to do?
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, Disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there. Aid Balthazar if you can. And bring the relic home.
Oh, we'll aid him, all right. We are ready to head out.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Outstanding. So we got his room key. We are now going to pry directly into his affairs. But before we do that, maybe this scrying eye will bugger off somewhere.
Soldier?
One can only hope. Are you going to bugger off, scrying eye? Yes, there it goes. Is that far enough away? Maybe. Z'rell needs a stabbing.
Witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Bees. Yeah, let's get the bees in. Oh, we've been knocked prone. That's unfortunate. No. It's only one opponent, so we probably don't need to rage. But she is going to get a turn, because it seems like we can't surprise her. Which is regrettable. Ah, the eyeball's coming into the fight, I think. Yeah, it is. It does take extra thunder damage, though. So maybe we can deal with the eye without too much difficulty with our Tempest Cleric over here. We've got Thunder Wave, 2d8 thunder, which will be doubled. Yeah. Pisk. We didn't get close enough. What else have we got that deals thunder damage? I was kind of expecting that we had Shatter, but it seems that we either don't or I didn't prepare it. I kind of assumed it was always prepared just because we are a Tempest Cleric. But no. Maybe I needed more levels. Pisk. So what else are we going to do? So we're not going to be able to deal with it this turn. We could try and bring it a bit closer. That might help for next turn at least. Z'rell, what are you going to do? Black hole is the worst and I hate it. And yeah, you're going to start your psychic screen, but maybe we're alright. Nice crit. We like this. Let's shuffle and let's get this Thunder Wave off. Yeah, with Destructive Wrath, it's guaranteed to deal with that bugger. And now we've got a bit of Arcane Acuity, which is nice. Gale's got 5 charges of it because of his Scorching Ray earlier. Which means he's practically guaranteed to hit these ones. And that leaves Rel looking pretty feeble.
There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
We have survived the fight. And we got a bunch of loot. Let's scuttle into Balthazar's chambers before anyone wonders what's happened here. So we've got the Absolute's Protector. Some sort of shield. Might be better than ours. It's got Fire Shield Chill. It's got Shield Bash. Ours is just a shield. So we'll slap that on. Although in this place, we could be using the Greatsword again because we're not dealing with undead. Mostly. So yeah, we'll slip that back on before I forget. And now we'll just have a quick poke around here before we wrap up today. We've got a heavy chest, which needs to be cracked open. Gives us the Derivation Cloak that we're not terribly fussed about. There's the Moon Lantern. There's a heart.
What's that?
Musty Tomes. Click. Heart goes in here.
What's that?
That's another inspiration for us. Now, we're currently using the Storm Science hat for Shadowheart just because I didn't know what else to use. But in this chest, we might find something a bit more appropriate. She's not doing a lot of thunder damage. If it has been a lightning hat, then that would be outstanding. But it's a thunder hat. What might be more useful though is the Cold Brim hat. Because she can throw sleet storms on people and crush them with frost. Fun times all around. You want to read some research notes, Gale?
This Night Soul is the source of Kethric's invulnerability.
There we go. Still a long way off another level.
A name I'd associate with
The Necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with Netherese magic. So where did that magic come from?
Gale, any ideas?
A ritual circle. Judging by the shadow sigils inscribed, it was used in the creation of Balthazar's moon lanterns. Though its power is weakened, you could still use the shattered pixies Balthazar discarded to craft one final lantern. Not to repel the shadows, but to wield them. Mystra forbids the use of such magic. She would insist the sigils be destroyed, the circle's evil dissipated. But she is not here, and you are.
I don't think we want to upset Mystra any more than we already have. We're going to erase the sigils.
It doesn't take much. The sigils fade, the circle's tainted magic dissolving harmlessly into the ether. For the briefest moment, you feel the touch of a reassuring hand on your shoulder. Mystra has noted your service.
Excellent.
Did you feel that? If I wasn't surrounded on all sides by the darkness of the Shadow-cursed lands, I'd think it was Mystra herself brushing against my skin.
Yeah, I did feel it too. Like my skin became charged with something, more alive somehow.
That's Mystra's power for you. Where there's even a trace of magic, she will be there to bring it to life. There's clearly some magic in you if you were able to sense her presence. But I think I felt something stronger.
Of course you did.
She's left some tiny part of herself to watch over me, I think. A boon to help us reach the heart of the Absolute in one piece.
Given all we're up against, I'm grateful for the help.
Strange, though, that she would reward me for such a service now. She's hardly been forthcoming on that front since my banishment. Perhaps I'm overthinking things. A blessing's a blessing, and this one should come in most useful.
One would hope it does. Mystra's benevolence. Advantage to concentration checks. Given the spells we generally cast, we don't have a huge amount of use for such a boon. But that's okay, we'll take what we can get. And now we've got through today's episode mostly without doing the thing that I was planning on doing. As is something of a tradition around here at this point. But next time we are going down into the cellars of Moonrise and we are smacking about everyone else that's around there and freeing any prisoners that we might see. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.